Hey guys, Josh from Filmsco here, and welcome to Movie News, where I bring you the top stories of movies today. So on this day in 1959, the first Cinderella was released across the United States, just for your folks' information. Now our first story of the day has to do with The Finest Hour, which opened on Thursday. Now this movie was made for about $70 million, and it only made $375,000 on its opening night. That is horrible. I hope this doesn't have anything to reflect on how the movie is actually made, and that the movie's actually a really good movie, because I had high hopes for it myself, but God, I feel bad for the studio behind it. And released this morning was the trailer for Kevin Spacey's new movie, and it's a little bit different for him. So basically it's a comedy, and he's a businessman whose mind is in the body of a cat. Yeah. It's bizarre. I'm going to leave the link down below in the description. Click on it if you want to see. Honestly, it blew my mind. It was interesting. Like, I like Kevin Spacey, but this one looks bizarre. Do it. Do it now. That's right, our next bit of movie news has to do with Star Wars Episode 9. Colin Trevorrow announced that Episode 9 will actually be shot in film. Now, there was a lot of backlash to this originally, and I don't know why, because it makes a lot more sense to me. Because that way you can use a lot more props and actual practical effects, just like the classic trilogy did, and like what J.J. Abrams did with the past movie, even though it was digital, but still, you get what I'm trying to say, is that there's going to be more practical effects. And the way he answered this backlash is by saying, and I quote Colin Trevorrow on this, "Star Wars is a period piece and should be treated as such." And I think that is amazing, because Star Wars does take place in the past, and just the fact that this guy is saying that about the project itself, it gives me high hopes as a Star Wars fan for what's to come. Alfred! Oh, that was my horrible Christian Bale Batman impersonation. And our next bit of movie news has to do with Batman v Superman. Now, Jeremy Irons, who will be playing Alfred in the upcoming Batman v Superman, has released some information on his character. And that's interesting because we haven't really heard much about Alfred's character as a whole. Apparently, he's going to be more than just a butler, like he was in the Dark Knight trilogy. He's actually going to be someone involved in the endeavor that Batman is going through. And why, you ask? Well, it's because there's no house for him to be a butler in. Because apparently Wayne Manor will be burnt down in this movie. Now, I find this kind of interesting because the movie takes place farther in Batman's story. And obviously, if you know from the comics, his house gets burned down multiple times. So this just makes a lot of sense to me, and it'll be nice to see an Alfred more from the comics, who's like sewing his battle wounds. And guys, if you liked what you see in here and you want to see more, click the red subscribe button down below. I'll be posting videos every damn day. Thanks, and have a good one.